inside that just won't let me go. No. Each day I grow a little stronger, push harder, aim higher than the sky. Won't stop until I die. They'll all know my name. I'm breaking the silence. I'll make my presence known this time. It's my right to stand by. Let me take from far away, but you always knew you'd be the one to work while they all play. And you lay awake at night and scheme of all the things that you would change, but it was just a dream.
Survivor Series is this Sunday. By a show of thumbs down in the chat, how many of you care? We are live, man! SmackDown tonight was absolutely insufferable, man. It is on Monday Night Raw levels right now. The draft has done nothing to enhance Friday nights. On Rampage, we got a damn good main event with the Undisputed Elite against Jurassic Express. TBS title tournament between Jade Cargill and Red Velvet and Tony Khan has announced winter is coming, or what I like to call Windom is coming. Ha-ha! And I got news on Top Dollar. Apparently he feels like he was disrespected. Disrespected in WWE, man. We're going to go over it all, but I'll tell you why. He's now bottom dollar, and I am now top dollar right here on Off the Script.
AEW successful? Why is Tony Khan running his promotion better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are running Monday night and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on the post show for SmackDown and AEW Rampage. It is November 19th, 2021. I am JD from New York, and this is Off the Script. Thank you so very much for joining me on your Friday nights, man. I'm a little out of it today. Man. Last night we were in the venue till late, man. The venue usually closes pretty early. And last night we were in the knee deep of it with WWE releases. I was here till about 2:30 in the morning. Absolutely crazy. You guys are awesome. We had almost 4,000 people in the live stream chat. And there's so much news to come out of these past couple of days with the releases, the last 24 hours or so. Going into the weekend. I got a bunch of news that we're going to go over tomorrow on Off the Script, episode 397. It's already recorded. It's already uploaded. I just got to pretty it up with a description and a thumbnail. All my channel members, all my VIPs will have that at some point after this post show is over. But I got some more news tonight, which we're going to go over right at the top. And I got news on Drake Maverick and why he was released and what was the internal reaction to him being released for a second time. I don't know how many people in WWE's history have been hired only to be fired again for a second time. He may be in some elite company there. I don't know. I got news on Top Dollar, my boy Bottom Dollar, my boy Dollar Tree, my boy Dollar General. My boy, I'm going to put in my resume at the nearest Foot Locker so I could get all the newest Jordans before the Young Bucks do. Dollar. I know I've been hard. I've been hard on AJ Francis, man. Give me a break. Listen, he deserves it. He deserves it. I don't give a shit, man. You guys know I don't give a shit about much on this show. We're going to go over what AJ Francis has apparently tweeted. I mean, I can't see it. I'm fucking forever benched by the guy. It is what it is. But apparently, Top Dollar says he spoke up to WWE management against BFAB being released and he was disrespected in WWE. I really don't even know how to attack that. Like, what do I say? Honestly, like, what do I say to that? He felt disrespected in WWE. Really now? We're going to go over what he said, man. We're going to go over what he said. Also, I got news on Roman Reigns and why Roman Reigns actually is one of the very few people in this company that actually give a shit. Because on the original script that he got the last 2 weeks, he's been asking around, where's the build for me and Big E? Where's the build for me and Big E at Survivor Series? Where is it? What are we doing here? I'm not doing these shows and doing this match and not having it feel important. So Roman Reigns took it upon himself to go to management and change the script. And it seems like this is the only match that has really been built up on TV for Survivor Series. And you can thank Roman Reigns for all of that. So that is SmackDown. Nothing much happened on SmackDown. A bunch of 2 to 3 minute matches that really meant nothing. And the show is becoming absolutely insufferable. It is just as bad as Monday Night Raw with or without Roman Reigns. The show sucks. The show sucks so badly that I almost fell asleep tonight in a deep sleep. That's how bad the show is. And WWE is doing themselves no favors with this terrible creative and the releases, 83 releases this year. 83 on top of over 100. Nearing 200. It may be over 200. I don't even know the exact number from last year. WWE tends to think that this is not going to come back and bite them in the ass. Oh, it certainly will come back and bite them in the ass. Big time. On AEW Rampage, we got the Young Bucks out of action, so in their place, it is Adam Cole and Bobby Fish. The unofficial reunion of 2/4 of the Undisputed Era on AEW television. Somewhere Triple H is roaming a construction site for the brand new WWE headquarters. I don't know if you guys seen that today. Apparently he is up and about. And he is walking about. He is amongst the living. Is Paul Levesque, one of the construction workers working on site for the new construction of the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, took a video for TikTok of Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, and right behind them, in the merry band of idiots walking behind these two clowns, was Triple H. He's alive. He's amongst us, which is another confirmation that he is absolutely not in charge of NXT anymore, because if he's back and he's healthy and he's upright and he's walking and he's doing business and day-to-day activities, why isn't he in Orlando? He has nothing to do with NXT anymore. But somewhere he's still crying about what he's done for everybody that has now made their way to AEW television. Bobby Fish and Adam Cole wrestled the Jurassic Express in a very, very good tag team main event tonight. Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet for the TBS quarterfinals tournament for the TBS title. Pretty decent match. Jade Cargill still not there yet. Red Velvet semi there, but not there yet. And we'll go over what happened in that match and what Nick Jackson was wearing tonight. Did you guys see what Nick Jackson was wearing tonight? Nick Jackson legitimately looked like NXT 2.0. And if you don't think that was done on purpose, and if you don't think he wore that outfit, that ridiculous-looking outfit that Excalibur said his daughter created for him in art class, if you don't think that was done on purpose, man, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I really don't. And then Winter is Coming was announced. Winter is Coming. Last time we got Winter is Coming, we got the debut of Sting. Sting debuted last year. It was amazing. Nobody knew The AEW World title changed hands on that night, the robbery of the century in AEW, where Kenny Omega beat Jon Moxley. Awesome stuff there. But winter is coming. Who is going to debut this year at Winter is Coming? Or what I like to say, or what I think has a nice ring to it, Wyndham is coming. Maybe we see Wyndham Rotunda in December. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But I got news on that hopefully in the days to come, because you know something's going to happen there. Or maybe we won't get any news. Nobody knew Sting was showing up, and it was fucking fantastic. And we had one of the biggest nights on the podcast that we had all year with that show. Everybody went fucking batshit bonkers crazy. It was awesome. But we got an action-packed show here tonight, guys. I want to thank you for joining me on your Friday nights. I know Friday nights are a little lame. I don't know if you guys feel it or not, man. I know Rampage is, Rampage isn't as exciting as Dynamite. Rampage is not Dynamite. And I know Friday night isn't really all that exciting because WWE doesn't really know the definition of the term exciting, but it is kind of lame. Friday nights is getting kind of lame. And I'm right there with you. Typically on a Monday night, we have 2,300 people on a good night. With how bad Monday Night Raw is, on a good night, on a great night, we get like 3,000 plus. Dynamite, we do just about the same numbers as Monday Night Raw, if not a little bit better, 2,500 maybe. But Friday nights, man, Friday nights has been the weakest of the nights, and this is the A show for WWE. It's the fucking weirdest thing, man. I look at the analytics. I'm a very analytic guy. I look at the numbers, and the A show in WWE is not drawing anywhere for us podcasters that go live. I don't think anybody's really doing big numbers. And that just because it goes to show you how SmackDown is just fucking terrible. It really is awful. Hopefully they swing things around in the opposite direction, man. Something needs to be done. Honestly, something needs to be done. But again, I thank you guys for joining me, man. We're going to be having people filter in here all night long. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, man. We are officially, I can actually say, we are officially over 129,000 subscribers. No matter how many people want to say, oh, JD buys subs. I looked at his social blade. He buys subs. No, I don't. No, I don't. If I bought subs, I'd be bounced off YouTube. What type of shit is this, man? Come on. Everybody looking to rain on my parade every time I take little baby steps to finding some sort of success. Everybody's got to have a fucking comment or three, but we just hit officially 129,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys very much for that. And that happened during the live stream last night for the 8 men and women that were released from WWE. Emergency off the script last night. Excellent show. If you guys missed that, it is on the homepage right now. But thank you guys for the 129,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys also hit that join button. We already got Hologram, which I am shocked by. Hologram, I did not even realize you were not a member of the OTS venue. What is this shit? How were you not a member, bro? You're a 1-month member. You're a newbie. You're a goon. You're not even walking in the... Bro, you're getting ID'd at the door. What the fuck's going on? You should have already been at the bar having several rounds of drinks, bro. Kind of shocked by that, but thank you. So join Hologram. And make sure you hit that join button down below and become a VIP right here on Off the Script. You guys get those custom emotes that you see in the chat. We got quite a few of them. And you guys get those VIP badges next to your name to show off your VIP status. It's awesome. So hit that join button down below. And make sure you guys go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. We got a ton of stuff, including last night's live stream. We got Dynamite. We got an extra. We got Monday Night Raw. Awesome stuff. If you guys missed anything, everything is on the home page for you right there. We got Off the Script, episode 397, coming tomorrow afternoon. It will be uploaded for every one of my channel members. So if you guys do want to join, you guys are going to be able to get Off the Script very, very, very early before it goes public at 5 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. If you guys want to support the show, there are a couple ways to do that. We have Patreon being one of them, patreon.com/JDfromNY206. If you guys want to give the gift of Off the Script, there's some exclusive merchandise that you're not going to find anywhere on Patreon. We got the Dugout mugs, we got the Are We Live t-shirts, and we got the new Off the Script hats. So make sure you guys go and do that. Sign up annually, and you guys will get all that exclusive merch, no questions asked. Also, if you guys want your regular merch, Bonfire is the best place to do that. That's bonfire.com. All you need to do is look under the video player, click the shirt you want. It'll take you right to Bonfire's website and the storefront for Off the Script. Very, very easy. It is as easy as Titus's split pea soup. It's very easy, man. Very easy to go and buy yourself an Off the Script t-shirt. And make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, man. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes in the live stream chat tonight. And also, get those super chats in. We will be hanging out and going over all the super chats at the end of tonight's post show. Well, we might as well start off with the news before we get into SmackDown, because the news is actually a little bit more interesting than SmackDown was tonight. Top Dollar. Hit Row was released. Top Dollar obviously being the most outspoken of the remaining trio. B-Fab was released about 2 weeks ago after reportedly signing a new WWE contract for the main roster, which now netted her 90-day non-compete instead of staying in NXT with 30 days. Top Dollar apparently says he spoke up about management in regards to B-Fab being released, and he was disrespected while in WWE. Now, Top Dollar is firing back after it was reported today in the Wrestling Observer newsletter via WWE sources that he rubbed some people the wrong way while in NXT and when he got to the main roster. Top Dollar says he called the WWE offices to tell them that they made a mistake when B-Fab was released in the previous round of quote-unquote budget cuts. He was positioned to be the leader of the group, and Vince McMahon was said to be behind him because of his size, but it's clear that a message was sent to him and possibly the rest of the locker room about being too vocal behind the scenes and on social media. Top Dollar tweeted this, and I quote, "Here's what rubs people the wrong way. Standing up for your own. When Brianna was released, and I called the office myself to tell them they made a mistake, standing up for yourself, people in the PC told me Hit Row wouldn't work for a year and a half, and I never took their advice." He followed up with another tweet that states that he has storied about being disrespected, and he has a lot of tea to spill as well. His full tweet reads, and I quote, "Trust me, I got plenty of stories I can tell you about how I was disrespected, but just took it on the chin like a professional. Even with the video I released today, it was all professionalism. But I'm not going to let these BS reports ruin my reputation. I got tea I can spill too." End quote. Quite frankly, I have no interest in sipping the tea that AJ Francis has to serve us, number one. Number two, this is the reason why Top Dollar was released, along with the rest of Hit Row. And it's seeming like, on top of what I've already stated about WWE and Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard removing every part of Triple H's NXT legacy and releasing these guys because they were the last creation, per se, of Triple H, or one of the last creations of Triple H on NXT. I believe that wholeheartedly. I'll take that shit to the fucking grave, man. That's the hill I'm dying on, and I'm putting my fucking Braves caps and every fucking one of them on that goddamn flag. You ain't gonna tell me or convince me otherwise. Triple H is a fucking peon in this company now. just based off the fucking TikTok video that was filmed by a fucking construction worker who's working on the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. If he's back up and walking amongst the living, then why isn't he doing anything with NXT? That's right. He was removed from power. Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard gave Triple H a fucking cardiac event. Top Dollar didn't do anything to really aid his main roster call-up. Right from the word go, he started blocking people because we all had the same sentiments. Everybody felt the same way. Hit Row has it. Hit Row could be special. Hit Row is different. Hit Row could definitely bring something to SmackDown that is so desperately fucking needed right now because the show fucking sucks. The show is awful. Monday Night Raw is awful. Hit Row stood out like a sore thumb in a good way because you don't see many acts like that on WWE TV. Acts that are real, acts that come off genuine, acts that are allowed to be themselves for the most part. But Top Dollar started tweeting all of this bullshit before they even made their main roster debut. All you had was a graphic that you were drafted to SmackDown in the draft. And right from the word go, you were putting down people on your fucking roster, in your locker room, those that have made it from NXT to the main roster, some of which are still there, failing, not by their own accord, but because creative is fucking awful, and some that are not there anymore. You put yourself in Hit Row on such a pedestal that you felt like you were a 15-year fucking vet in the locker room, coming off as some locker room leader, thinking that you'd be able to get away with anything that you could say. And this is what started the downfall of Mr. AJ Francis. He's not going to admit that, but that's exactly what led to his downfall. People looking at him in the wrong way in the company, and then Hit Row being released. The Triple H reason is the reason why they got released. They didn't really do themselves any favors by having this fucking idiot go out there and spew his bullshit. Oh, management loves us. Oh, we're able to cut our own promos. Don't pigeonhole us with everybody else that's come up and failed, he says. As if it's their fucking choice to fail. This is the fucking idiot that didn't realize where he was going. You don't realize how easy you had it when Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard weren't in charge of NXT. Triple H is like a father figure to a lot of these people in the locker room. There's a reason why everybody on the main roster at one point in time wanted to go back to NXT. They wanted to go back to NXT. And some that have actually made it back down there have documented very well the differences and the relaxed environment, the family-like environment that NXT and the Performance Center gave them compared to the main roster. You don't realize how easy you fucking had it. So if you had management problems and management was looking down on you in NXT, I don't think that's anybody's fault but yours. Because I don't hear anybody in NXT outside of the Velveteen Dream issues where he acted like a diva and he thought he was the king shit down there and untouchable because Shawn Michaels was training him and Triple H loved him. Everybody has a breaking point. If NXT management had a problem with you in NXT, that's not their problem. That's not their fault. That's AJ Francis's fucking fault. Number one. Number two, you made it to the main roster, and I don't really think you let go of that NXT mentality. You thought you were free. Oh, look, the baby bird's got wings. He could fly on his own now. Going to the main roster. Meanwhile, you flew right into the fucking eagle's nest. Or the fucking falcon's nest. Whatever the fucking, what's the bird that eats the roadkill on the side of the road? Hawks, falcons, whatever. It's exactly what you were to Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. You were roadkill. You were dead on arrival. Dead on arrival. They saw you and they saw the act and then boom. They had no fucking desire to push you. And you just accelerated that desire to not push Hit Row by the shit you said on social media. You were the one who had disrespected. Bullshit. You were the one who was disrespectful to not only your colleagues, but now you're coming out and telling everybody that there's BS reports about you. Why don't you look at your own fucking Twitter wall and see all the bullshit that you posted? And then the latest stunt that you pulled, rapping about Jinder Mahal. Now, I don't agree with fucking the Twitter jury out there trying to cancel you. They don't know any fucking better. Their IQ is fucking that of a crayon. The Twitter jury is fucking useless. It's worthless. Don't listen to them. I found nothing ill will in your rap about Jinder Mahal. I don't give a shit. But I was level-headed enough to say, and I know, because I watch so much fucking pro wrestling on a weekly basis, I know that you were probably not given clearance to do what you did and say what you said. So obviously it caught wind. Obviously it got back to Vince and Bruce, and that was the nail in your coffin. They probably only allowed Jinder Mahal and Shanky to do what they did, even though it was fucking awful. But they didn't give you clearance to go out there and start selling your storylines with these two guys on your own. There's protocol to be followed in WWE. You think because Triple H allowed you to go cut your own promos and then you go on main roster television and tweet out every week that, oh, we're allowed to cut our own promos. We cut a promo on SmackDown in the dark match segment. What you think? How long did you think that was going to last? What are you, fucking stupid? Who the fuck are you? Pretending to be Randy Orton out here. Pretending to be Roman Reigns. There's only a select few people in this company that are allowed to go out there and not be handed a script by some fucking pencil neck geek and creative that doesn't know the fucking characters that they're writing for. Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Edge. That's pretty much it. Paul Heyman. Now, you thought you were on their level. So you went and did what you did and said what you said, and nobody gave you clearance to push your storyline or sell your storyline or say anything about Jinder Mahal. So goodbye. Goodbye. No, but AJ Francis, Top Dollar, was disrespected. I'm sorry. Sounds like to me you didn't follow the rules. Now you want to place blame on everybody else but yourself. Give me a fucking break. Was it fair B-Fab got released? No, it wasn't. Was it fair Hit Row got released? No, it wasn't. But I'm not going to sit here and defend Hit Row because this fucking idiot says everybody's now giving him a bad reputation with these bad reports. Open your eyes and look at what the man has done in the last 4 weeks alone. He dug his own grave. On top, you put that into the blender, mixed with the Triple H fucking removing of his legacy, and Vince and Bruce Pritchard removing Triple H from the equation. You put that in the blender, you hit blend, goodbye. It's a recipe for disaster. I knew you guys were going to be doomed before you even started. Yet you picked on me, calling me a 40-year-old virgin or whatever the fuck you said, and here we are. Here we are. Then I read reports like this and I foam at the mouth because I have all this ammunition stored in my back pocket, and then you don't expect me to fucking fire off the rounds. But you were the one who gave me the ammunition. Hit Row should have not been released. I don't give a fuck what anybody's problem is with Top Dollar or anybody else in the group. I could sit here and rag on Top Dollar, Bottom Dollar, $0, fucking go work at Foot Locker, dollar. I don't give a shit. The simple fact that Hit Row was done dirty is true. They were never given an opportunity. That's not their fault. That's Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard's decision. They were never even given an opportunity to succeed. I could see if they were making too much money and WWE legitimately wanted to cut budget. They weren't making Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman money here. They were not being overpaid. They didn't do anything bad, from what I can tell outside this fucking bullshit that Top Dollar has brought upon himself. They didn't really do anything that was offensive in the ring. Outside of B-Fab wrestling 2 matches on NXT, I could have told you from the get-go she wasn't ready. But that doesn't mean she doesn't have a use in the group. Isaiah Swerve Scott is one of the most talented men in that company, or at least was one of the most talented men in that company. Top Dollar and Ashanti Adonis could have been a formidable tag team if given the opportunity. I agree they shouldn't have been released. I'm not here disagreeing with you. It's bullshit. But you got to look at the man and place blame on him. He's part of the reason why they're not there. And the one thing that I said on tomorrow's show, and Hit Row is definitely at the forefront of this because they were the new cool upcoming act that everybody was excited about. How many more times is this going to happen? How many people are still watching these shows? How many people are left watching these shows legitimately caring about WWE television and the characters that they produce? You don't think this is going to come back and bite WWE in the ass? You don't think Vince McMahon and Bruce Prichard are going to be feeling the effects of this years from now? How many people have left watching WWE because of instances like a group like Hit Row being released? How can we invest in talent when this is their future? How can we invest in talent if they have all this hype around them and then 3 weeks after they debut, they're on the fucking line to be fired? That doesn't feel good if you're a fan of what these guys have done. And that doesn't mean you're going to go back and watch the show anymore. Because if it happens again and again and again and again and again, how many people have invested in all 200 fucking plus that have been released? How could you ever give your time and effort into watching WWE produce talent only for them to end up fired? It's bullshit. Top Dollar aided in Hit Row being released by some of the things that he said. He can go on social media all he wants and deflect. Meltzer's wrong. Alvarez is wrong. Sapp is wrong. I'm wrong. Whoever the case may be. I never say anything dishonest on this show. I've always been honest with every single one of you. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I've seen this fucking deflection every single time a situation like this happens. This is a dime a dozen excuse. Oh, don't give me a bad reputation by some bullshit dirt sheet. Sure. Yeah, let's start discrediting the dirt sheets now. As if Meltzer and Alvarez don't have any sources in the WWE. Like Hit Row and Top Dollar is such a big priority that people would lie about Top Dollar, right? Who the fuck was Top Dollar? Clearly not somebody WWE felt was good keeping around. Drake Maverick. Apparently Drake Maverick's release was one of the sadder stories on Thursday night. Dave Meltzer noted that Drake Maverick was originally on the list of names to be cut a few weeks ago, but plans changed and he was spared at the time. He probably already expected it to come and he knew what his fate was. That's why we saw that video that he posted on his Twitter account so soon. He knew his days were numbered, so he got working on something for the next chapter of his career. As previously noted, there were names in the last group of releases that were let go because they weren't vaccinated, and some names were spared, so that might be why Maverick wasn't released at the time. Maverick is well liked by pretty much everyone in the company, but because of his size, he's not someone who was ever going to get a serious push by Vince McMahon. He was recently involved in the chase for the 24/7 title on Monday Night Raw. Maverick appeared to be ready to be released because he posted a very good video on his Twitter account. And the news broke on Thursday, and boom, we saw this video on his Twitter page. WrestlingNews.co noted back in July that he had resurrected his YouTube account under his real name, James M. Curtin. So he probably saw the writing on the wall after his tag team partner, Killian Dane, was released. Since he is a good talker and a very good in-ring performer, It would be a shock if a company did not offer him a deal after his non-compete expires. Drake Maverick is one of the easier ones, man. WWE, they brought him back after a sob story, or Triple H brought him back and brought him back down to NXT. He was on the main roster. He was a manager for the Authors of Pain. He pissed his pants. If you guys remember that, that didn't really go anywhere. And then he got moved back down to NXT, or they fired him. He got moved back down to NXT. He was in the Cruiserweight title tournaments. I believe he was in the finals against Santos Escobar, if I'm not mistaken. He stayed down there. They put him in a tag team with Killian Dane, and that really didn't go anywhere. But the truth of the matter is, Drake Maverick was only brought in because Triple H was gathering a bunch of indie talent and creating NXT, and that was it. NXT was a super indie. So he felt like he could use Drake Maverick in a meaningful way instead of letting him go. And there was so much fan support around him that they had no choice but to bring him back. So we actually aided in Drake Maverick getting a second chance in WWE, even though it wasn't really something that they wanted to do. He may have even worked those first couple weeks back, or the days leading up to his release for nothing. I'm not sure about that. I may be mistaken on that, but he did eventually sign a new deal. And the story of the whole situation is with Drake Maverick is, this, like the report said, he's not Vince McMahon's type of guy. He's too small. He's smaller than a lot of people. He's smaller than your average Joe that you'd see in WWE. There was no place for him on the main roster. None. There was no cruiserweight division on the main roster. So what exactly would you do with him? He's a naturally charismatic, funny guy, and Vince likes to laugh. So he made Drake Maverick do these ridiculous stunts and skits, and it was all for the pleasure of Vince McMahon. And that was the most of what they thought of Drake Maverick. Useless. And that's not how anybody should feel. Drake Maverick did whatever you asked him to do because he loves professional wrestling. They did the same thing with John Morrison. These are the two guys I feel the worst for. Because Drake Maverick is a genuine fucking guy who loves professional wrestling and loved being there. He only wanted to contribute in any way that he could. He was happy doing what he was doing. He never asked why. Or at least I don't recall him ever asking why. He never gave you lip about anything. He always took what they gave him and ran with it. He made it work. Whether it was managing, whether it was stupid comedy, campy comedy, cringy comedy, running around with R-Truth, running around with Tozawa, Ninjas, Gulak, the catering crew, whatever the case may be. He never said a fucking word. He took and he applied. And then they let him go. Those are the people I feel sorry for. Same thing with John Morrison. John Morrison was given such horrendous shit in the 3 years that he was there. He never said a fucking word. He always took what they gave him and never asked any questions. And how do they repay him? By letting him go. Because he's too old. He's 36, 37 years old. The company is fucked. And you hear these stories. And how could you support WWE? How could you sit there if you're an independent fucking contractor on the indies? How many of you fucking people out there that are professional wrestlers or have a desire to enhance your career and advance in your career, how many of you are actively seeking employment with WWE nowadays? How many? If you're on the smaller side of things, you're going to look at yourself and WWE is already putting it in your head that you're not good enough for them. But then we see a guy like Johnny Gargano being offered mega money to stay. Very hypocritical of WWE, don't you say? Why would they offer Johnny Gargano money to stay, but they won't sign or keep or make any fucking effort at all to keep an Adam Cole? Very hypocritical of the company. If you're an independent contractor, why are you even contemplating WWE? The money, yeah. But honestly, I've said this for years. Creative freedom and job security are so much more valuable than whatever WWE is going to be able to offer you. You maybe had a safe space with Triple H in NXT. That doesn't exist anymore. They're going to be evaluating you, Bruce Pritchard, Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, Johnny Laurinaitis. They're all going to be evaluating you. And if you don't cut the mustard in 6 months, you're out of there. That's not really job security. So you better know what the fuck you're signing up for. If you do, you better know what the fuck you're doing when you're going in there. And if you don't produce in 6 months, you can kiss your job goodbye. If you're under 6'2", you're not going to get a second look. If you're 180 pounds, they're not even going to bother. If you're over the age of 34, forget about it. WWE's not looking for any of that. Drake Maverick just fits and checks off a lot of those boxes. That's why he was let go. And Roman Reigns. Backstage news on late changes to SmackDown pitched by Roman Reigns. Being that, we'll get into the review in a second. Roman Reigns started SmackDown tonight, and this floated across my Twitter timeline. And I'm like, wow, that's very interesting. There's somebody in this fucking company that actually cares. In the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that there were segments involving Roman Reigns that were changed on the day of the show. This was first reported by Ringside News. Now, basically, at the end of the show, this was last week's show. I didn't watch this show live because I was doing the House of Glory show with Solomon, so doing Will Ospreay versus Amazing Red. Basically, at the end of the show, it saw the Bloodline attack the New Day members, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. That was a late addition to the show. Meltzer noted that there were changes being pitched from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the day of the show, but that has been the case with Reigns' segments since it's common for Reigns and Brock Lesnar to ask for late changes with the idea that they want to enhance what is already written for the show. I appreciate that. And those are two of the very few in this company that will be able to have that type of power to change whatever is already set in stone. The idea behind the Bloodline attacking the New Day was that it would help build the match between Reigns and Big E at Survivor Series. Whereas Reigns was going into this, and the New Day were going into this with no build for Big E and Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. So Roman asked to change the script in order to enhance the Big E and Roman Reigns match at Survivor Series. Because Roman Reigns knows exactly what we know, that this year's Survivor Series build has been fucking atrocious. It's basically non-existent. This is one of the least hyped pay-per-views of all time. People ask me every single month, JD, are you going to do a predictions video? No. There's no point in me doing predictions videos for a show that has absolutely no trending at all. No buzz at all. Why am I going to waste my time? Absolutely atrocious was the build for Survivor Series. However, similar to how UFC hypes their shows, and I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, the company's banking on all of the media interviews this week to generate buzz. Since the show will be in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center, that allows the company to do a lot of in-person interviews. Also, their deal with NBC Universal has also helped get them interviews with NBC affiliates like Roman Reigns appearing on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Another thing that they have been banking on is the real-life issues between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, helping to draw extra interest for their match. So what WWE is admitting to you is that they don't need to do anything because it builds itself. This is the same mentality they had with Roman Reigns and John Cena at SummerSlam. Now, SummerSlam was already sold out. And they felt like, well, we don't got to really do much to sell tickets. We got Roman Reigns and John Cena. The show's already a sellout before these two even step into the ring together. Why do we need to do anything and try anything at all? It's Roman Reigns and John Cena. Fans are going to expect an epic showdown. Just on name value alone. No, it's not the way it should be. Roman Reigns and John Cena was very, very lackluster. It was very half-assed. It was not as great as it should have been. WrestleMania every single year suffers from this same type of fucking mentality and attitude as well. Crown Jewel got a better build than Survivor Series. What's the difference? The fact that you're getting $70 million from the Saudi government to put on a great show? The show is appearing on Peacock. Survivor Series is on Peacock. That's the only way we could watch this shit. So why are you skimping on one and not the other? Everything should be even across the board. Survivor Series has a long-standing legacy in WWE that has been fucking destroyed by the laziness of creative. And if Roman Reigns is figuring that out and sees that and wants better, why doesn't the WWE writing team want better? It's mind-boggling to me how people just accept mediocrity. Oh, they're doing NBC interviews, Jimmy Fallon. They're on the local affiliates, news outlets. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Everybody's talking about the altercation they had 4 weeks ago. Now they're going to be wrestling at Survivor Series. You think that's enough to get me excited about the fucking match? Why not take what happened there and actually make a storyline out of it? Or are you that inept? Are you that fucking stupid that you can't conjure up something interesting? Which makes me question why you're even in the writing business, the wrestling business at all. WWE dropped the ball. It's not even dropping the ball. They fucking dropped the fucking tombstone down on Survivor Series. I never want to see another Survivor Series in this format ever again. Brand-to-brand warfare. I don't care. WWE taking people out of the Survivor Series teams or off the Survivor Series teams and having matches to replace them. That's your build? Do any of these teams make sense? Has Monday Night Raw invaded SmackDown during the year? Has SmackDown invaded Raw during the year? What makes you think anybody's going to care? Because it's champion versus champion. All you're doing is giving yourself a creative headache at that point. No champions should lose. Yet you have to book losers on this show. There should be no brand split. There should be no fucking dual brands. There should be no brand warfare. With all of the releases and near 200 fucking plus people being released, there should be no reason for two rosters or two championships at all. One championship, one intercontinental title, keep the United States title, one women's championship, and one set of tag team championships, and that is it. That is it. The way WWE is operating right now, it's almost they're showing you that they don't give a shit. I don't need a lackluster Survivor Series build to know that they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. It's fucking sad. You can go watch some fucking geek on YouTube do a WWE Universe mode, and whatever they conjure up and come up with, I'm sure will be better than the actual product. That's the fucking sad reality of the situation. Let me check the chat before we get into the SmackDown coverage, man. We got 2,000 people in the venue tonight. Thank you so much. Get those super chats in. We are continuing on and rolling along with the SmackDown coverage right here on Off the Scripts. SmackDown started off with Roman Reigns and the Usos. The Usos were first in the ring. They introduced Roman Reigns. They had a throne in the ring, the crown, and the scepter, and Xavier's cape. All of his King of the Ring paraphernalia in the ring. So Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns walked to the ring. Heyman began gushing about how this was a week in the making and nobody deserves to be honored as king of WWE more than Roman Reigns. Eventually, Reigns held out his hand for the microphone. As Heyman was mid-sentence, he was pretty much kissing Roman's ass over and over and over again. Whose idea was this, says Roman Reigns. Heyman tried to read Reigns before kind of giving him his answer, and he saw that Roman Reigns was not quite in a good mood. The Usos pointed at Roman Reigns. The Usos rather pointed at Paul Heyman because Roman Reigns asked, whose idea was this? So they all blame Paul Heyman. Reigns says, this must be a joke, right? You don't really think I care about this stuff, do you? You don't think I really need this stuff to be acknowledged, do you? And then he asked Hartford to acknowledge him. Xavier Woods walked out and said all of those material things that Reigns has in the ring with him belong to him. They do not make a king. He said, what makes a king is knowing you are there to do good for the WWE Universe. He said, what would make him a real king is coming out here this week after what happened last week and look him dead in the eye so they could settle things. He said that's not his MO, though. He said he wanted to face him one-on-one later without the Usos at ringside so he can show him what a real king is made of. Reigns then asked Xavier Woods if he's trying to tell him that the king stuff means nothing to him. So Jay took the robe and he started blowing his nose in Xavier's robe. He threw it on the ground. Xavier was trying to hold back by saying something, but he just let Jey Uso do what he needed to do because Roman Reigns wanted him to do it. So Xavier said, clothes don't make the man. Jey then broke the king's scepter over his knee. Swear to God, it looked like a fucking roll of graham crackers. That's how thin and frail this scepter was. Don't get me started on the crown. I'll get there in a second. Clothes don't make the man. So Jey broke the scepter over his knee. Reigns asked, are you sure? Jey then smashed his throne and threw it out of the ring. The throne was destroyed. Reigns smiled and said, wow, you don't look very happy there, Xavier. Xavier pointed at his heart. When Jey was asked to smash the crown, Reigns stopped him and asked for it. Reigns asked Xavier, are you sure one more time that this crown doesn't mean anything to you? So Xavier ran in the ring. As soon as they were about to stomp and destroy the crown, Xavier was beat up by Reigns and beat up by the Usos. Reigns taunted Xavier with the crown as the Usos held him. Reigns told Xavier he is the only king around here and he doesn't need props because he is the true king of WWE. And then he proceeded to stomp on the crown and he broke it into 3 or 4 different pieces. They left Xavier lying there, yelling in pain from the beatdown. And this was the way SmackDown opened up. You know, I don't know what this means to WWE. I don't know if they're going to give Xavier Woods another crown and a scepter and a robe and a throne. I don't know what they did here. But it's almost symbolic to me that WWE took all of this from Xavier Woods to pretty much tell the audience that it really is it's nothing. In the grand scheme of things, winning the King of the Ring is nothing. Winning the tournament to be King of the Ring is nothing because look at what they did to all of the winnings. Look at what they did to the crown and the robe and the scepter and the throne. With Roman Reigns saying, I don't need any of this to be called a king. You're not really doing the King of the Ring and the honor of the King of the Ring and everyone that's won the King of the Ring previously. You're not doing them any favors by doing this stunt to open SmackDown, which I don't really appreciate because I don't think the King of the Ring tournament gets enough love, and I surely don't think the King of the Ring tournament is getting enough love from creative. It never has. It should be used as a catalyst to build new talent throughout the year. It should be used as a bridge between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. But what the fuck do I know? When you got people like Bret Hart and Owen Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kurt Angle and Edge and Brock Lesnar, Booker T, all winning King of the Ring. That's the way you want to treat the fucking prestigious tournament that it is? A tournament that made every single one of those men's careers? The fuck is wrong with you? The crown itself, I mean, what the fuck was the crown made out of? What the fuck was the crown and the scepter and the throne all made out of? Did WWE go to the Christmas store shop? The Christmas tree shop? And buy the cheapest fucking shit they could find? The crown legitimately looked like it came out of a goddamn Burger King child's meal. That's what you want to pay as a reward to the winner of the King of the Ring tournament? What a joke. The crown looked as if it was given no effort at all. And by seeing the tournament, I could see why they went with that crown over anything else that they've given away in previous years. Just as little of effort into the fucking props for the King of the Ring, so did the tournament. No effort. But Roman Reigns is incredible. That much I'll say. Roman Reigns is always incredible. Ricochet, Cesaro, Sheamus, and Jinder Mahal. Fatal four-way. WWE thinks they're building intrigue by removing and adding members of Team SmackDown and Team Raw. Winner of this match gets the final spot on Team SmackDown. This was actually a very good match. Probably the best thing on the entire night. Probably the only match that went over fucking 10 minutes on this show. Sheamus superplexed Jinder Mahal off the top turnbuckle. Ricochet sent Cesaro off another top turnbuckle with a Hurricane Rana. Cesaro gave Jinder a Cesaro swing and then applied a sharpshooter. Ricochet broke that up with some big yes kicks to Cesaro's chest. Jinder then set up the Colossus, but Ricochet countered and drove Jinder's face into his knee. He then leapt off the top rope with a 630, but Sheamus hit Ricochet with a bro kick on the way down, and he made the cover on Jinder. Cesaro broke up the cover, and Cesaro set up a neutralizer, but Ridge Holland, who was also a part of NXT, but he looks exactly the way Vince McMahon wants a pro wrestler to look, so he may actually be spared. Ridge Holland ran down to ringside. He was cheering on Sheamus. Cesaro ducked a bro kick, rolled up Sheamus for a 2 count. Holland jumped up on the ring apron, swung at Cesaro with his billy club. Cesaro ducked. Sheamus then hit a bro kick, went for the cover at 1, 2, 3, and Sheamus is on Team SmackDown in that 5th and final spot. Holland celebrated with Sheamus, and Sheamus wrestled without his face mask, which was a great thing to see. That was a tired shtick. I'm glad they got rid of that. And this was a very good match. Cesaro, man, I feel bad for Cesaro because even though he had a fantastic match with Roman Reigns, I think the build with his Roman Reigns match was a little lackluster. And it happened in front of no fans. So you really can't get fully behind and you really can't gauge how behind the fans are Cesaro if they're working out of an empty Thunderdome. This was back last year. Sheamus is great. I've praised Sheamus this year. His work on Monday Night Raw has been tremendous. I have no problem with Sheamus whatsoever. Sheamus is a little, Sheamus just gives off that vibe of, ordinary. You see him every week. You see him there. He's a tried and true guy. It's like, Jesus Christ. Can we go with somebody else but Sheamus? But I get why WWE goes with Sheamus because he's just legit. He's a badass. And I don't think anybody could really hate Sheamus. He's as legit as they come. And I think the pairing of him and Ridge Holland is going to be a very good pairing in WWE. Ricochet. He's the one that I'm always stumped by. Every time I see Ricochet in the ring, it makes me wonder how WWE possibly dropped the ball with Ricochet. Now, I get the complaints of, he can't cut a promo, he can't do this, he can't do that. I'm surprised Ricochet even still has a fucking job at this point. And that's nothing on him. It's just, I don't think he checks the boxes in WWE as far as what they're looking for. But how do you drop the ball on this guy? This guy legitimately is a super freak athlete. This guy is not small by any means. He's one of the best pro wrestlers on the face of the planet. And there's no way you cannot make money off of this guy. This guy makes everybody in the ring he's with look better because he's that good and he's that athletic. Did you see the fucking dive he did tonight as he flew in the air? He legitimately jumped on the top rope with no hands, hands-free, and did a springboard fucking plancha onto everybody on the outside. The guy is still flying, if I'm not mistaken. That's how high he got. It's amazing to me. Like, why do you have this type of guy in your company and you do nothing with him? He's been there for how long? And he's got absolutely nothing to show for it. Zero. Oh, but he's making a main roster paycheck. Oh, he's living his dream. Is he really? I'm sure Ricochet's going to go out there after he gets released or his contract is up and be gracious and respectful because that's the type of guy he is. But is he creatively satisfied? It seems like he's winning more in his personal life with the women he dates and the women he hooks up with in WWE than he does on TV creatively for the Ricochet character. And if that makes him happy, by all means, go be happy. But I'm not here to give a shit about your personal life or your love life or which interviewer you're dating. I think you are being held back, and I would love to see more of you in a high role because you're too good to be where you are right now. And that's not his fault. That's WWE's fault. That's Bruce and Vince McMahon's fault. But everybody wants to go to the excuse, oh, Ricochet, he can't cut a promo. I'm sorry. Is that the only thing you can find wrong with in his repertoire? Is that the only flaw in his game? Because if that's the only flaw in his game, then I'd love for you to tell me what the fuck else is wrong with Ricochet. And then I'll combat you and your bullshit excuse about how he can't cut a promo. Well, why aren't we highlighting his strengths, which is everything else? And why aren't we working on his weaknesses to make him better and more complete? I don't get it. I see these guys come and go. And Ricochet is special. The fact that this guy is dead to rights in WWE has me looking at my fucking news feed every week, hoping that I see Ricochet's contract is due in so-and-so month in whatever year. And then I'm going to go on social media and I'm going to tweet Tony Khan, yo, boss man, because it triggers the fucking geeks and the fucking cretins online. Oh, JD's on Tony Khan's payroll. Hey, boss man, how much payroll you got for Ricochet? Because if you don't bring him in, something ain't fucking right here. He deserves better. Jeff Hardy was backstage in a very, very scripted and overly produced promo. Oh, my goodness. Hardy talked about his history of tag team partners, but he's never tagged with people like his teammates at Survivor Series. He talked about each of them and walked in to the segments was Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. Madcap told a joke. I still don't understand. Madcap. I like Mad Cat better. What's a madcap? Does it have any specific meaning? He told the joke, how does Jeff Hardy decide what face paint to use? He always goes, or he asks, what goes well with a redneck? So the joke was, before I butchered it, how does Jeff Hardy decide what face paint to use? He asks what goes well with a redneck, meaning that Jeff Hardy's a fucking hick. Great. Who wrote that one? Bruce, you proud of yourself? Bruce, I gotta ask you, bro, are you proud of yourself by writing that one glorious one-liner? Adam Pearce walked in and said he wants to see better camaraderie with Team SmackDown. He said he'll see if Madcap is still laughing after he faces Hardy later. Hardy then laughed in Madcap's face. Ha 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 ha. I don't understand how this makes the cutting room floor. I don't. I'm not even talking about the promo with Jeff Hardy and the fucking lame-ass joke by Madcap Moss. Somebody correct me, man. Wasn't Adam Pearce on Monday Night Raw this past Monday claiming that he wants Monday Night Raw to sweep 5-0 in the men's Survivor Series match? Wasn't he obviously rooting for Team Raw? Now he's on SmackDown saying he wants to see more camaraderie with Team SmackDown as they go into Survivor Series. But you were on Monday Night Raw claiming that your allegiance is to Monday night. Now your allegiance is to Friday night. How does this make the cutting room floor? I don't get it. Are there two Adam Pearces? Did they clone Adam Pearce? Is one on Raw and one on SmackDown? Like, who writes this shit? WWE should be worried about not sweeping 5-0 in the Survivor Series. They should be doing everything to write a better show so we see those shows and the ratings creep towards a 5.0. Or it gets a better average in the Observer. Instead of a 0.5, how about maybe produce a 5-star match? Something. Try. You got the talent to do so. Megan Morant interviewed Sheamus and Ridge Holland backstage. Sheamus was thrilled that Holland looked up to him. Holland said if not for Sheamus, he'd still be broke and beating up bums on the streets of Dublin. He says he's got his back. Now let's go celebrate and have a pint. Call me up. I'll be happy to join you. Aliyah and Naomi versus Shayna Baszler and Natalya. I don't know who asked for this one, but we didn't get much of it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Natalya blind tagged in, then gave Baszler a rear view, Naomi blind tagged in and gave Baszler a rear view. Baszler yanked Naomi to the mat, and then Natalya, she makes the tag in, makes the cover, and the referee, who was apparently an NXT referee, made the 1, 2, 3 fast count. Naomi and Aliyah protested. And Michael Cole said, well, it seemed like a fast count. No shit, Michael Cole. No shit. I'm not sure you really needed your glasses for that one. Naomi loses in bullshit fashion again. Who cares? Like, what are we doing? This is what I don't get, and this is what frustrates me, man. You got somebody like Aliyah who needs to be on the roster and be built up as a new competitor on Friday night, yet you do nothing with her. You take her out of Survivor Series, which could have been a great moment for her. You put her in this match with Naomi that lasts 2 minutes. Did she do anything tonight? Did she do anything of substance tonight? How is this building new stars? But this is what they think is women's wrestling. 2-minute matches. Unless you're Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair or Sasha Banks or Bayley. That's it. They have no earthly desire to build any new stars. None. What a waste. Sami Zayn was arguing with Sonya Deville about losing his spot on Team Survivor Series. SmackDown for Survivor Series. She said that was Adam Pearce, not her. She said she had an idea. She said because it's the 25th anniversary of The Rock's debut at Survivor Series, she is now doing a 25-man battle royale. And if Sami Zayn wins, he can have his name associated with The Rock and the millions. I'm not sure what that means to anybody, but thank you for trying to make it sound important, even though I know it probably will be my bathroom break for the night. Thank you, WWE, for giving me a bathroom break on the night. What WWE pretty much gave you tonight is a pre-show match. The Rock's 25th anniversary Memorial Battle Royal is a pre-show match for Survivor Series. Good luck with that. Who's going to eliminate... Hold on. 25 guys in the Battle Royal. Who's going to eliminate... Who's going to eliminate Omos? Huh? You mean to tell me that that's not tailor-made for Omos to win the Battle Royal? Give me a break. So Sammy says, I like that. In walked the referee who fast counted Naomi's shoulders down to the mat. So I did a good job, she asked. Deville asked, who are you? And wondered if she was an NXT ref trying to get onto the main roster. The ref said, but you said, And then Sonya cut her off and said, I don't associate with crooked referees. So get the hell out of my face, she tells this referee. The Sonya Deville and Naomi storyline is all but over, folks. I don't give a single shit. WWE clearly doesn't know where they want to end it, so they continue to do the same old shit every single week. Jeff Hardy versus Madcap Moss with Happy Corbin, 2 minutes. This is so exciting, man. 2 minutes. 2-minute matches on SmackDown. So, out came Drew McIntyre with Jeff Hardy because Corbin had Madcap Moss with him. So Corbin was in Madcap Moss's corner. And Jeff Hardy said, well, if you can have Corbin in your corner, I'm going to have Drew McIntyre in my corner. So Hardy went up for a swanton bomb. Corbin stepped onto the ring apron. Drew McIntyre yanked him off the ring apron. Madcap knocked Hardy off the top rope, who got distracted by this nonsense on the outside. Hardy countered Madcap's superplex attempt and then got him in a small package for a 3 count. Drew entered the ring and celebrated with Hardy, and he fought off Corbin, who charged at him with a Claymore. Hardy then landed a swanton on Madcap and won with the swanton 1, 2, 3. So exciting, man. Jeff Hardy doing amazing things in WWE, like wrestling Madcap Moss in a 2-minute match on SmackDown. Great. What else you got for me, JD, says the listener. Plenty more. Plenty more. Paul Heyman walked down the hallway talking on his phone. Kayla Braxton interviewed him. She asked if he's heard Xavier's challenge. Heyman says he's tired of the narrative that Reigns needs people by his side. He said Reigns loves the Usos and loves him. He doesn't need them. The same way you love me, Kayla. He then said Reigns will smash Big E on Sunday, but he will first smash Xavier. He accepted Xavier's challenge on behalf of the Tribal Chief. Rick Boogs introduced Nakamura. We got Nakamura versus Angel. Who, you ask? Angel who? Angel Hernandez, one of the worst umpires in Major League Baseball history. Chris Angel. Angel Hair Pasta. Angel who? Angel who? Angel Garza. Angel Garza apparently got his name cut in half. Same thing with Humberto Carrillo. Now he's just named Humberto. No more Carrillo. So we got Angel and Humberto here. Shinsuke Nakamura wins in 2 minutes. Kinshasa on Garza for the win. You know, I don't really get why WWE needs to cut people's names in half. Like, who the fuck is Angel? If he's going to wrestle solo, why can't he be called Angel Garza? But he's in a tag team with Humberto Carrillo. They could be in a tag team as Angel and Humberto. But if they're going to do the singles thing like they did tonight with Nakamura that made absolutely no fucking sense, why don't we just do Angel Garza? I don't know. What the fuck do I know? DeVille told Sasha and Shotzi backstage they should get along for the sake of Team SmackDown. Can they coexist? They exchanged insults. Sasha said nobody would know who she is if not for her, meaning Shotzi. DeVille says they should get their aggression out on each other tonight, but after that, she expects them to shake hands. So this match went 11 minutes. I mean, this wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. Shotzi landed a senton off the top rope. Sasha rolled to the floor to avoid the cover. Shotzi yelled. Sasha countered Shotzi a couple seconds later in the ring with a bank statement for the win, or a variation of a bank statement. Cole said, that's why Sasha is one of the best ever, switching up her finisher because of her injured arm. Sasha Banks wins in 11 minutes. Afterwards, DeVille stood on the stage and expected a handshake. Shotzi did, but wasn't happy. Sasha then yanked Shotzi around and landed a backstabber. And Sasha then told DeVille She shook her hand. DeVille then shook her head. I don't know where this goes, folks. I don't know where any of this goes. It seems to me that if you have this new heel in Shotzi Blackheart, who's got this new attitude change, who last week or the week before that, I don't know what happened. Maybe she said it last week as well. I have no fucking idea. I didn't watch the show. I only sped up and watched the show. She said that she doesn't need a tank to roll through all of the women's division on SmackDown. And clearly, she needs some sort of ammunition because she couldn't roll through Sasha Banks tonight. Then they have them wrestle tonight, and their teammates on Sunday at Survivor Series. Sasha beats Shotzi, and then they put the kibosh. They end it, pretty much, because Shotzi shook Sasha's hand. So how much of a heel is Shotzi Blackheart? How much of a heel in WWE's eyes? How much interest is there in Shotzi being a heel in WWE's eyes? Is there now after the handshake? Not much. If she's such a heel, then I don't know why you would have had the heel shake the baby face's hand. What a stupid, fucking creative decision. Shotzi never belonged in WWE as a heel. She should have never turned heel. None of it made any sense. It's not making her any better. We only want to cheer Shotzi. She sounds very forced and very unnatural, and she doesn't do a heel role well. We're 3 weeks into this shit now, and it's not producing good television. WWE has already dropped the ball on somebody that a lot of people had high hopes for, and I'm sure everybody's wondering when she is next to be cut, because she doesn't really fit the WWE model either. Roman Reigns. He was looking down at the floor in concentration. Heyman sat behind him with the Universal title. Reigns asked him, "Wise man, is it time?" Heyman said yes. Reigns stood. The Usos stood. Reigns says he could handle this by himself. He was going to handle Xavier Woods by himself. Toni Storm. She was interviewed by Kayla Braxton backstage. Storm said 2 years ago she got to experience Survivor Series on Team NXT. Oh my God, Tony, I don't know if you should have mentioned that on your promo tonight. Oh my goodness. That was Triple H's NXT. You're not allowed to mention that. But this year, she's so excited to be representing the blue brand, she says. So they replayed her exchange with Charlotte last week. Tony said, when Charlotte loses to Becky on Sunday, her ego won't be able to handle it, and she'll come at her all guns a-blazing. She said she wants that championship match. So in walks Charlotte. She said after she proves her superiority against Becky Lynch on Sunday, Toni will be next. She said she'll do to her what she will do to Becky this Sunday, beat the living crap out of her. Toni smiled and said, just what I thought. What are we doing here? Seriously, what are we doing? Is Toni Storm going to be the women's champion? Because if Toni Storm doesn't win the women's championship in this match with Charlotte, whenever it may be, is there anybody else on the roster, on the brand for Charlotte besides Sasha Banks? Is this what WWE is going to go and resort themselves to? Sasha and Charlotte again? Meanwhile, Toni Storm could be the babyface that the WWE needs to lead a women's division. Charlotte doesn't need the women's championship anymore. I'm very curious to know what WWE is doing with this Toni Storm thing. Maybe we get a couple of matches out of it, but the end result needs to be Toni Storm winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing here? I don't want them to make another Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley situation out of it, but that's asking a little too much. Bianca, buried. Rhea Ripley, forget about it. She's a fucking comic book character with Nikki Trash. Toni Storm, I hope to God, doesn't end up in the same fucking group as those two women. Xavier Woods stood middle of the ring with a microphone in his hand. He said he was in Hartford, Connecticut to find out if Reigns was a true man. Said last week, and the match turned into a no contest. I guess they changed the rules now. Didn't Xavier Woods win by DQ last week? Isn't that what the ruling was? Because the Usos interfered? Giving Roman Reigns a loss? Oh, now it's a no contest, though, right? Yeah, sure. Love how WWE just changes the rules on the fly when it is beneficial to them. Xavier said that showed him Reigns can't beat him on his own. So Xavier called Reigns out. After a long pause, Reigns walked out with Heyman. Suddenly, an Uso was tossed onto the stage. Xavier laughed, knowing what was going on. The other Uso was then tossed on the stage. Xavier made a face as if he knew exactly what the fuck was next. Then Big E's music played. Xavier rubbed his hands together as Big E walked out. Big E and Reigns charged at each other on the aisleway. Big E threw Reigns into the ringside steps and then into the ring. Xavier stomped on Reigns. Big E and Xavier stomped away at Reigns in the ring. The Usos ran in for the save, but Big E and Xavier easily took them out. Xavier landed a running flip dive onto both Usos at ringside. Reigns caught Big E with a Superman punch. He then had Big E surprise Reigns with a setup for a big ending, but Reigns slipped free and bailed out to the ramp. And that was pretty much the way the show went off the air. So WWE had Big E tease the big ending because that's exactly what they're going to do at Survivor Series. They're going to give you Big E hitting the big ending, and then the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, is going to kick out of the big ending only to hit the spear or get the guillotine choke on Big E and win this match on Sunday. Big E is not beating Roman Reigns. He should not beat Roman Reigns. It should not even be a thought in anybody's head. Roman Reigns is not losing. As far as I'm concerned, he's already lost to Xavier Woods via DQ. Now, his shoulders weren't pinned to the mat, but nobody is pinning Roman Reigns' shoulders to the mat unless he's losing that championship. That's all the confirmation you people need as far as the outcome of that match. Roman Reigns is not having his shoulders pinned to the mat unless he's losing the championship. I've seen some people use the excuse, well, Roman Reigns is not putting the title on the line, so if there's a time to give him a loss, it's now. No. Nobody's beating Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns should not be losing to fucking Big E. Big E's already a made man. I don't understand how people still do not grasp long-term booking. They already did this once before with Lesnar and The Undertaker. Did Lesnar need the streak? No, he didn't. What did Lesnar do with said streak? Nothing. So don't repeat it with Roman Reigns. Big E doesn't need to beat Roman Reigns. Big E is already a made man. He's already the WWE champion. He beat Bobby Lashley. That was his moment. The one who beats Roman Reigns, don't take that moment away from anybody until you decide who that person is. We're going to talk about AEW Rampage in just a second. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Hit that thumbs up. We got 705 likes in the chat right now. Let's try for 1,000. Continue to get those super chats in. We're going to hang out at the end of the show tonight. And make sure you guys continue to hit that join button, man. Become a VIP right here on Off the Script. You guys are going to get off the script early as soon as I finish with this post-show live stream tonight. Tonight's post-show is brought to you by my great friends over at Geology. Once again, back with the show tonight, man. Geology is a six-time award-winning men's skincare company recognized in Men's Health, Esquire, and Ask Men Grooming Awards. Geology creates a simple and effective skincare routine customized just for you. With ingredients that are proven to work and formulated for daily use, the product set is great for both individuals new to skincare and seasoned skincare experts. Now, their skincare is built around just a handful of powerful, proven ingredients that have been trusted by dermatologists for decades. Ingredients like retinol and kojic acid. Geology Skincare helps you fight acne, reduce oiliness, prevent wrinkles, and it combats dark or puffy under eyes, which I have a problem with. Start with the complete trial set. Their products include the Everyday Face Wash, which I have right here, which I love. I use it every day, as prescribed. We got the Repairing Night Cream. We have the Vital Morning Face Cream. And we have the Nourishing Eye Cream. You guys are all going to get this in your 30-day trial, man. You guys can continue with the 90-day trial of the product, or whichever you love most. Subscribe and save, or go a la carte. You guys are in complete control. They have exceptional customer service and skincare consultation. They guarantee you that you will love their product and help you at every step of the way to achieve your goals. And people will notice results, and you'll love the easy online routine. Compliments from your friends, family, coworkers. Look younger and feel fresh every day. And they got 4,000 five-star customer reviews with an average customer rating of 4.8 out of 5. That's pretty damn awesome, man. Head to geology.com and take their free skincare quiz and save up to 50% on your 30 days. I'm going to leave a link down in the comments section of this very video. Make sure you guys go to geology.com and save 50% on your 30-day trial. And I want to thank them for once again being a great partner of the podcast right here on Off the Script. AEW Rampage. We started off with Darby Allin with Sting against Billy Gunn. You know, Billy Gunn, if I told you guys Billy Gunn was 58 years old, would you guys believe me after watching AEW Rampage tonight? I look at him and I'm asking myself, how? Does he age in reverse? That was the one thing I asked myself. He looks like he's not a day over 40. I wish we could be so lucky. Number 2. Why is Billy Gunn wrestling on AEW Rampage? Can I genuinely ask this question? Isn't Billy Gunn a producer for AEW? Like, I get his sons are there and his sons are training, and clearly he's helping mold them into AEW wrestlers. But why is Billy Gunn wrestling on Rampage? Isn't Billy Gunn supposed to be saved for Dark? I don't really get the sense that AEW has any real plans for Darby Allin if he comes out of a 5-star match with MJF only to wrestle Billy Gunn on Rampage. I would just rather not see Darby Allin wrestle at all if that's the case. So fucking stupid. The match wasn't bad, but to me, I don't want to see Billy Gunn on my TV. It's not really what AEW is about. This time slot, this spot in this match could have gone to anybody else that could use the rub and use some exposure on TV, not fucking badass Billy Gunn doing the DX chop. Allin's ribs were taped, and he was selling the sore ribs from the MJF match from Full Gear. Billy Gunn offered a test of strength to Darby Allin. Allin slapped him in the face. Gunn responded by a drop kick and backdropping Darby Allin. They sold the backdrop on commentary. He could beat you with a backdrop, said the commentary team on Rampage. So Billy Gunn tossed Allin around ringside and stared at Sting. How old is Sting? In his 60s? The average age, or the combined age, I should say, of both of these guys is nearing 120 years old. I don't really get the youth movement in AEW when I see shit like this in the opening match. So, Gunn dodged Allin's suicide dive, and Allin wiped out on the floor. That was a nasty fucking bump. Gunn did nothing at all, and Allin bumped all over the place to try and make the match interesting. Really didn't do anything for me. So Allin hit the coffin drop on the floor on both Austin and Colton Gunn. Then Gunn tossed Allin around some more. Gunn missed his version of the Stinger Splash, and he hit his flip stunner, did Darby. A very sloppy-looking code red. And a final coffin drop times 2. Billy kicked out of the first one, which I don't know why. I mean, I don't understand why we're taking finishing moves and having Billy Gunn kick out of Darby Allin's finishing move. Who the fuck is Billy Gunn in the grand scheme of things? If you wanted somebody to kick out of the coffin drop, it should have been MJF. Why do we have Darby Allin doing the coffin drop to Billy Gunn and having Darby Allin doing 2 coffin drops to put away Billy Gunn? Is the story here that his ribs are taped and the coffin drop didn't connect all the way? So he had to do 2 of them? I don't really get that. Darby Allin wins in about 9 minutes. Not really an exciting way to open the show. I don't think we need to see any more of Billy Gunn on AEW television, on Dynamite, or on Rampage. Save that shit for Dark. Because I don't watch Dark. And I don't think anybody wants to see him on the 2 main shows either. After the match, the Gunn Sons attacked Allin. Sting made the save. Billy laid out Sting. And the Gunn Club stood tall over Sting. So it looks like this is not even over. It looks like it's not over by a long shot because they attack Sting. Billy Gunn shot blocks Sting. And the Sons attack Darby and Sting. Great. Tony Schiavone interviewed QT Marshall. He challenged CM Punk to a match for Dynamite on Wednesday in Chicago. I guess you got to get CM Punk with some reps in Chicago. So why not with QT Marshall, right? Not really selling me on that one either. Chris Jericho talked up their victory on Saturday in a pre-taped interview at Full Gear. The Men of the Year responded in their own pre-taped interview and promised American Top Team would be back, and they are not done with the Inner Circle. Seems like we're getting rematches on AEW television, man. Not really what I had anticipated. TBS Tournament quarterfinal, Jade Cargill, with smart Mark Sterling in her corner, defeated Red Velvet in about 6 minutes. There was a commercial break in between here. You know, I don't want to be too hard on Jade Cargill. I feel like Jesse and I have been a little prickish in our projection of Jade Cargill. She looks fucking incredible. Number one. She don't need to hear that from me. I mean, she probably knows that shit by now. I mean, but she looks incredible. From me to you guys, she looks incredible. And the thing with this is, she could look incredible. She looks the role. She has all this, so much potential and upside. She's got so much hype and upside to her. Like, it's visibly obvious. Visibly obvious. There were things I liked about this match, and there were things I did not like about this match. Red Velvet, I'm a fan of Red Velvet because I love Red Velvet's intensity. I've said this time and time and time again. The woman is not afraid to get in there and get dirty. She knows what it means to have a wrestling match. You're not going in there baking cookies, okay? You're going in there to fucking wrestle. And she gets that, and I appreciate that. Jade Cargill, on the other hand, has all this potential, and it's fucking clear to anybody watching the show. Her timing is not right. There was more than one occasion where I saw Jade Cargill, the way she runs or the way she interacts and the way she's holding back, timing issues, not knowing where to be, not know when to speed up, not know when to slow down, kind of stumbling over her feet. I don't want to say she didn't belong in this tournament, but I feel like Jade Cargill is still too green to be considered a top female in this division. She's got everything else. She's been perfect on the promo because it's been short and sweet. She looks the total package. She's got the entrance. She's got the fucking pose down. She's got the theme music. Everything about her. But her in-ring ability. And I don't know when that's going to get up to par. If she can fix the timing issues, we may be looking at the next big thing in women's wrestling. She had a problem bumping several months ago. It seems like she's worked on that. She took some nice bumps in this match against Red Velvet. I like a good bump. I like someone that's not afraid to take bumps. But other than that, it's just the timing. It's bad timing. Bad takes in the chat. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I'll leave you guys to do that while I do my thing. I don't really give a shit what anybody says in the chat. So Cargill and Velvet, this was a rematch from their first match. Red Velvet was a part of Jade Cargill's first match with Cody and Shaquille O'Neal. So we go to commercial break, and before the break, Velvet went for a tope, but Cargill caught her with a palm strike. Cargill dropped Velvet. That did not look good either, by the way, the tope. Another timing issue there, but that was on Red Velvet's part. Cargill dropped Velvet with a Uranagi on the ring apron, which looked great right before we went to commercial break. So Cargill was beating down Velvet, and she was showing off, doing some push-ups. Velvet came back with some clotheslines and a bulldog. Bulldog looked good. Like I said, Jade took the bulldog like a champ. Nice front-forward bump there by Jade Cargill. Cargill dodged Velvet with a leapfrog, then leveled her with a big pump kick. Cargill went for the finishing move that she calls Jaded, but Red Velvet kicked off the ropes and got a near fall with a cradle. Velvet hit a spear for another near fall. Velvet went for the final slice, but Cargill countered into Jaded, and she got the win. 1, 2, 3. Decent little match here. Outside of the timing issues, she is slowly getting better, but she's not ready by a long shot. I'll give Jade maybe another year and a half, 2 years even. There's no rush here. She's going to be a dominant female in this division. Now she's got Thunder Rosa. It's going to be very interesting to see what Thunder Rosa can work with and how she can bring Jade Cargill to a good match. If there's anybody that could do it, it will be Thunder Rosa. So that's going to be an interesting observation to keep your eye on. Thunder Rosa cut a promo on Jamie Hayter in not English. And all I thought about was, man, if I ever meet Thunder Rosa, I want her to cut a promo in Spanish. And I want her to yell at Jesse, and I don't want to know what the fuck she says. It sounded vicious. There you go. Tony Schiavone interviewed CM Punk. Punk and Marshall is official for Wednesday nights. We'll see who the turkey is, says CM Punk. And walking into Chicago, he says, being a hometown guy, it's always a little nerve-wracking to put on a good performance. I've had my highs, I've had my lows in Chicago, but I don't have a basement. He only has high ceilings. So CM Punk is going into Chicago to beat the shit out of QT Marshall, and I'm sure we will see MJF make an appearance. Black Friday Rampage. Daniel Garcia versus Eddie Kingston. And winter is coming. The episode of Dynamite is official for Garland, Texas on December 15th. Or what I like to say, Wyndham is coming. Now, I'm just throwing that out there. I have no fucking inside news or sources on Wyndham Rotunda coming, but, I mean, if Tony Khan is doing a special event on December 15th, and he kept Sting's debut under wraps the way that he did, I would not be surprised to see Wyndham on December 15th in Garland, Texas. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Last time we got Winter is coming the AEW Championship changed hands as well. AEW title went to Kenny Omega after beating Jon Moxley. So something big is going to happen on that show. That's where we may get Bryan versus Adam Page. So we'll see. Jurassic Express defeated Adam Cole, baby, and Bobby Fish in a very good tag team main event. And I was hoping for an Undisputed Era chant by this Virginia crowd. Sadly, we did not get that. Adam Cole and Jungle Boy started the match. Tony Khan was on social media fanboying like a little girl. I could watch Jungle Boy and Adam Cole wrestle all day long, forever, he says. So they started the match. Fish got a hot tag and hit a slingshot senton on Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy came back with an arm drag and a drop kick, then made the tag to Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus won a kick exchange with Mr. Fish. Jungle Boy came in with a top rope senton to get a near fall. Cole caught Jungle Boy with a knee and a Gamengiri for the, I guess it was a near fall, or he got him from the apron. Then we went to commercial. So after the break, Fish and Jungle Boy in a chin lock. Jungle Boy escaped, hit a rebound lariat. Tags were made on both sides. Luchasaurus dominated both Cole and Fish. The crowd was obviously behind Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy in this thing. Cole caught Luchasaurus with a pump kick, but Jungle Boy got the tag. Jurassic Express double team Fish and Cole. Cole and Fish hit a brainbuster head kick combo on Jungle Boy. And Bobby Fish hit a very close to the ropes tope on Luchasaurus on the floor. Cole went for a cover on Jungle Boy, only got a near fall. Jungle Boy and Cole were left in the ring with a one-on-one exchange. Cole went for the Panama Sunrise, but Luchasaurus came in and caught him in a powerbomb. Jungle Boy hit an elbow to the back of Cole's head, went for the cover. Fish broke that up. Fish got the hot tag from Cole, worked over Jungle Boy's leg with some kicks and a dragon screw leg whip. Fish then charged Jungle Boy, suplex Fish into the corner overhead. Young Bucks, still not cleared, walked down the aisle. They came out to distract Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Nick Jackson was dressed as NXT 2.0. He had this white jumpsuit with tie-dye all over it that was supposedly designed by his daughter in art class. I don't want to hear anybody tell me that that was not a deliberate shot at NXT 2.0. How could you not be distracted by that ridiculous color scheme? So they came out. This brought Christian out with a steel chair to chase the Young Bucks away and Adam Cole away. Fish tried to get the win with the roll-up, but Jungle Boy countered into a snare trap. After a bit of a struggle, Fish submitted. And this is the second time in as many weeks that Adam Cole just left Bobby Fish flopping around to fend for himself. I don't know, man. I don't know what the story is here with Adam Cole leaving Bobby Fish the way that he did. It was a little bizarre. But I look at it as Kyle O'Reilly is probably going to end up coming in and give Bobby Fish the backup that he needs. We may be getting Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly feuding with the Young Bucks or feuding with Adam Cole. It's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks in AEW, man. Kyle O'Reilly is undoubtedly coming into AEW. There is no fucking reason why that man would ever sign on the dotted line to stay with WWE. They haven't even called him up. There's no reason to stay in NXT. He is well beyond that. Fuck Von Wagner. The tag team with fucking Von Wagner is not going anywhere. And I'm sure Vince McMahon wants to push Von Wagner as a singles guy and is only using Kyle O'Reilly to get Von Wagner over. That's the only reason why they're paired together. But Kyle O'Reilly I could see coming on in after this now second time that Adam Cole has left Bobby Fish high and dry. Decent little episode of Rampage. Not really all that exciting. It's not really all that exciting most weeks, but it's 1 hour of television that I appreciate. It comes, it goes, it's quick, it's over, it's painless, it's not offensive, and we get more in 1 hour of Rampage than we do on 2 hours of SmackDown with all their 2-minute bullshit matches that we got tonight. Anyway. Yes, put the lotion in the basket. Von Wagner. Let's go to the Super Chats, guys. I appreciate you joining me on this Friday night. I am fucking exhausted. Wouldn't O'Reilly be free by Winter is Coming? Jacob Donnelly, I believe so. You know who would be good for winter is coming? Johnny Gargano. His contract is up on December 3rd. Johnny Wrestling is coming. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me on your Friday nights, man. Hit that thumbs up. We got 777 likes in the chat. Can we at least try for 1,000? If you're in the chat and have not hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. It helps me out immensely. Get those super chats in. We're going to go over the super chats in just a little bit. And please go check out Geology. Geology.com. Very good sponsor and friend of the show. You guys can save 50% off by going to their website, man. Let's go over the super chats. Start off with the top here. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. From MJF to the Gun Club, big step down for Darby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Tony Brown with a $4.99 super chat. JD, well, at least I got to see my babes, Sasha and Tony. Eye Candy Supreme. It's amazing they wait till Friday to build, and how about that? Shit row. Tony Brown, I'm glad you got to see Tony and Sasha, but don't leave out Shotzi, bro. Can't leave out Shotzi. Jesus with a $9.99 super chat. Rampage was lackluster tonight. Decent women's match and a fun main event. Can't wait to see El Idolo win on Dynamite. Yeah, man, Friday's a lame night for wrestling, man. I'm not as excited as I am on Friday as I am on Wednesday, and not even on Monday, man. I'm just full of energy on Monday because the show sucks, and I know you guys are going to show up. Furious Nation with two $5 super chats. Did you see the comment that No DQ recently made about Triple H not having the goods of being a good leader for WWE? It really pissed me off. Bro, listen. Don't listen to No IQ. Don't listen to No IQ, bro. They're a bunch of fucking middle-aged retards who don't know any better. There's a reason why they are where they are, and it's because they suck at what they do. And with terrible opinions like that, it's not hard to figure out why. He doesn't have the goods of being a good leader? No. The leaders on the main roster were afraid of their jobs being taken over by Triple H and his team. That's the truth. Because the main roster is such a good show, right? Monday night is such a great show that Triple H wouldn't make it better, right? It amazes me that Billy Gunn is 58 and still wrestling. He don't even look or move his age. To be honest, age is just a number as long as you can still keep up. Bro, Billy Gunn, I'm convinced Billy Gunn has the fucking fountain of youth in his backyard, bro. Why would Johnny Gargano resign with WWE? Do you take Johnny Gargano to be a fucking idiot? Huh? Why would he resign? Why would that man resign with the WWE knowing what he saw WWE do to Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, Adam Cole, and Ricochet, and everybody else that he worked with in NXT? Come on. The only reason why he would stay is his wife. Financial security. Till at least their baby is born. Furious Nation with the 5 and 5. Thank you, brother. Hooligram, thank you for the membership, brother. I had no idea you were not a member. I was thinking that you were a member. Fuck's going on? Dre LaVale with a $1 super chat. Brother, listen, I'm going to tell you right now in the most honest way, I don't need it. I don't need it, Dre LaVelle. Go put it in the tip jar, man. The bartenders are working hard in the venue tonight. And don't be shy. The fuck you coming in here being shy for with no message? You got nothing to say? Furious Nation with a $10 super chat. What advice would you give if someone wanted to do wrestling commentary And what would the requirements and degrees be? Also, my grandma's 83rd birthday is tomorrow. Thank you, JD, and good night, bro. Bro, I listen, happy birthday to your grandmother, number one. Number two, there is no criteria, man. Go to the shows. Email. Have some background and something. Have some stuff readied. Some clips, some video, some audio, something. Go to the shows. Shop yourself around. I got lucky, I guess. I don't know. King Mo with a $4.99 super chat. From top dollar to bottom dollar to $0 at Dollar Tree, Heroes officially death row. Shiro. Thank you, King Mo. By the way, I do not like Imagine Dragons. I think they're terrible, but this is a metal cover of a song that sounds better covered in metal. Hologram with a $5 super chat. Was Zero Dinero top Jabba surprised that WWE disrespected him? They give zero fucks about that talent. Can't wait for Hog in December. OTS for life. Thank you, Hologram. We just signed Buddy Matthews, a.k.a. Buddy Murphy, to wrestle on December 11th, man. I'm excited. Not only do I get to call a Malachi Black match, but I get to call a Buddy Matthews match. Ooh. Huge erection. Of course we got huge erection in the chat. With a $4.99 super chat. I miss how prestigious the U.S. and Intercontinental titles were. They had some of the best WWE matches and feuds. Now they're 24/7 title relevant. This sucks. Thank you, Hugh G. Rection. I appreciate you, bro. Spirit of the Wolf becomes a new member in the venue. You sit in VIP with me, brother. What are you drinking? King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. There's enough F agents to build another company. Bro, there is enough free agents where if another billionaire came around and wanted to start a wrestling promotion, he'd have another AEW on his hands. My boy James Lord with a $5 super chat. Missed Rampage tonight, but the new Ghostbusters movie is legit. It brought tears and not afraid to say, Jerry, you will not be disappointed. Hashtag 80s kids. Yeah, James, that means I have to go to the theater to watch it because it's not on HBO Max. And I'm not going to the movie theater. No, thank you. Justin Striplin with a $9.99 super chat. I think the other reason why the build has been terrible is because WWE has mostly been focusing on The Rock's 25th anniversary of his debut. They posted a lot of moments and tributes to The Rock. Well, I talk about this on tomorrow's Off the Script, guys. I think WWE may have The Rock show up at Survivor Series on Sunday. Because if they don't, this show is just going to be a fucking complete and utter disaster. Titan Punk 99 with a $2 super chat. What was Xavier's crown made of? Tin foil? Yes. Yes, they got it on sale at the Halloween shop for $1.99 in the clearance section the day after Halloween. Cool Jags with a $4.99 super chat. What's up, JD, my brother? New proposition for you. Wrestlers are no longer in Titus Catering. They're now in Nick Khan's budget cut list. Yes, they're in catering before they actually get to the budget cut list. Or they're in catering and on the budget cut list at the same time. The Gary Sphere with a $2 super chat. Roman destroys the crown due to budget cut reasons. Yes. I could see that, absolutely. MK Kratos with a $5 super chat. Is Buffy going to manage Angel and Humberto when fighting random vampires backstage? Fire Bruce, Halitosis Pritchard, John Laryngitis, and Nick Conman. Bro, we're going to get Buffy the Vampire Slayer on TV? No, thank you. I hated that show. I hated Buffy the Vampire Slayer. All those shows, man. Dawson's Creek, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh. This is garbage television. Yo, Louie with a $9.99 super chat. Just got home from SmackDown. Show was meh. I could have told you that, brother. It was a dark match after the show went off the air with the Bloodline losing to E, Woods, and McIntyre in a six-man tag. Heyman almost got in the ring again. Sounds like complete dog shit, bro. I don't know why you wasted your time sitting there. I would have went home after the show was over. The Gary Sphere with the $2 super chat. They seriously had Gunn kick out of the coffin drop. Yes, they did. A 1. He kicked out at 1. Kratos with the $2 super chat. Placed my geology order earlier today, JD. Well, I appreciate that, bro. ECW Hardcore 07. Fuck this Billy vs. Darby match. It killed my interest for Rampage. This feud is no buys. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Not really the best use of Darby after coming out of a stellar match with MJF. Bradley Xavier with a Australia mate $2 super chat. Get excited, JD. Veer Mahan is coming to Raw. Yeah. The Undertaker with a $2 super chat. Favorite guitar riff? Ooh. That's a tough one, man. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I got a couple off the top of my head if it's going to answer your question. I don't have one specifically that's my all-time favorite. Cannibal Corpse, Hammer Smash Face. "5 Minutes Alone" by Pantera. "War Nerve" by Pantera. "Depths You've Fallen" by Cryptopsy. Man, there's so many, man. I have no idea, bro. "Dead Embryonic Cells" by Sepultura, the breakdown in that song. There's so many, dude. There's so many. I mean, it's crazy. Hollywood Guy, $5 super chat. Top 5 Mr. Perfect matches. I'm going to give you one. They're both against Bret Hart. My favorite Mr. Perfect match of all time is the 1993 King of the Ring with Bret Hart. His match with Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam that year wasn't bad either. And Louie with a $1.99 super chat. He simply says, would. Undertaker, another one, bro. Battery by Metallica. Battery by Metallica. 1,000 Lies by Machine Head. A Nation on Fire by Machine Head. Take My Scars by Machine Head. There's so many, man. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get out of here, bro. I'm dead tired, man. I'm taking tomorrow off. I'm going to finish the podcast now, upload it, thumbnail it, put a description. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m., man. And then I'll see you back live in the venue on Sunday night at the end of Survivor Series. And hopefully we have a good time on the live stream Sunday night. I will be live. Notifications will go out by midday on Sunday. But thank you guys very much for joining me, man. Continue to hit that thumbs up. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the new memberships. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button if you have done so. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. Ton of content there for you guys. And make sure you guys set your notifications for tomorrow, man. 2.5 hours of OTS tomorrow. Excellent stuff awaiting you guys on all of the WWE releases and more opinion on what I thought was a terrible, terrible day on Thursday for WWE. Releasing Hit Row, Tegan Knox, and John Morrison, amongst others. Guys, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting in the Mustang. It's cold outside, but the windows are going to be down because that's how I roll. But I need two things from you guys, man. Number one, I need those guitar emojis in the chat. Also, if you got them, I need those Mustang emojis in the chat. And number two, when you hear that guitar solo, I need that music on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 397. And I'll see you guys live back here in the venue on Sunday for Survivor Series on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.